All right, Coach. 76-73 loss in season opener. Not the way you guys wanted to open the season, I'm sure. Proverbial tale of two halves. You guys got off to a great start and just kind of ran out of gas.
Yeah, I think, Mike, you know what happened? You could kind of see it happen. I was really scared about this because, and not to make excuses, we were in quarantine until 4 days ago. And guys hadn't really been doing anything. They can get a little workout on their own, but it's just not the same as playing basketball. And they've had a couple games in, and I think that makes it's a huge difference. And I knew we wouldn't have our game legs. I mean, let's be honest, we were, and I'm sure you were too, shocked by how well we played in the first half. And that was great to see. I thought we played really well. We defended at a high level. We rebounded. We out rebounded a team that if you looked at layup lines, you would think they would be out rebounding us, right? But we did what we had to do in the first half. Second half, I think even with about the 12-minute mark, I could see us. We didn't have the same bounce in our step in the second half. I thought, some of that is just having the game legs. We haven't had a scrimmage. We haven't had, we've had 4 practices and that was it. I got somebody coming at the door now, but it's to me, I think I understand. And you look at the things we did, that hurt us. We missed a ton of free throws, and in practices, we've been a very good free throw shooting team. But this ain't practice, and that's why it's good to be in a game, and that's why you play non-conference games and you play a good team like Gannon, who's 3-0, to get you to see how you work out and see how it is. It's a starting point at the end of the season. I think we got to build on the stuff we did in the first half. We did some very good things, but we have to be better.
The result aside, what was it like to just be able to be out there and play a game? It had been 328 days since your team had played.
Honestly, the losses don't feel like any better or anything like that. You're still very upset and it still eats at you. So it was great for the kids to be able to play. It's good that they got the opportunity. It is very surreal with no fans or anything like that. It's at least we got to play, and that was a good thing. And these guys, we need to play. We need to play. We need to play some games, especially before we start getting into conference games.
When you're going through that rough patch, and I think it's well documented that you lost 4 starters and guys that were big parts of a lot of winning teams, and
sure.
Everybody looks to Andrew Cisco because he's a consensus All-American and one of the greatest players to ever play here. But when you're going through that rough stretch in the second half with really a new team, who do you go to be a calming influence during timeouts and stuff?
We're trying to figure that out still, and that's it. And that again comes down to we haven't had a ton of practice time, and you look at it, we've been off for 10 days. So we've just taken a break, and now we've had to, try and, your special situation stuff that you kind of do in practices once you've been going for a little while, we haven't had the opportunity to do just yet. We will get to that point, but we've had to, you're at such a point where we're trying to make sure our conditioning is where it needs to be, which it's not. Make sure our understanding of basic offensive and defensive principles is where it's supposed to be. We'll get there. Who's it going to be? I think it's going to be a rotating thing. But I thought I saw some good things out of a lot of guys. Sean Fesiero played well at times. Kyle Harris played well at times. Andrew Mason played well at times. Problem is everybody stopped playing well at the same time. And that's just, that's the way it worked out. And that's what happened today.
One of the unique things about playing games in a COVID-19 world is the way the schedule is structured. That was an intense game, especially in the second half. And now you're going to turn around less than 48 hours from now and play that same team on the road. Yeah. How do you go about regrouping and trying to pick up a win?
We're going to have to come in. We're going to watch a little film. We're going to learn from it. We're going to, we'll go over some things in practice and, we still get ourselves better, which we have to do. And that's the world we're in. This is the schedule we have, and we'll figure it out. And there's no time to sit around and feel sorry for yourself. You have to pick yourself up, and you have to say, all right, this is what we got to do better. Again, there was I mean, I got to think for 30 minutes, we pretty much outplayed them, right? If you look at it, it was the last 10 minutes where they took over and we had no answer. I think a lot of it was the penetration by the point guard. Number one, he got in there, Olsen, he got in that lane way too easy. And, he had 19.7 assists. And him getting in the lane, broke us all down. And that was too easy. So a lot of things to learn from. A lot of things. A lot of things. Two turnovers. Second half we had 8 turnovers. It's too many. We had 8 turnovers from 2 of our more experienced basketball players, and you can't have that. They have to do a better job of that. So we'll get there. I think we'll get there. It'll be it's almost like somebody was talking to a guy the other day, and he was saying that it's almost like the NBA where you have to play yourself into shape through games, and you have to kind of coach through games. And which is different. College coaches aren't used to that. Usually you have a game, then you have a few days off, you kind of practice and tweak some things, learn and stuff like that. But this one we're going to have to learn and then see how we respond down there.
Well, New York Yankees mentality this year, just come to the ballpark the next day and be ready to go, right?
That's what you have to do. Let's hope our pitching is better than the Yankees.
That's right. All right, Coach. Thanks for your time. Good luck on Sunday.
All right. Thanks, Mike.